Eco9 is sponsored by your Washington area Toyota dealers.
The cherry blossoms near the Tidal Basin have been at peak bloom for a little more than 24 hours now. And if the early peak bloom caught you by surprise this year, even though we've been kind of giving you a heads up this was going to happen, there's a good reason.
Yeah, because March 17th is the earliest peak bloom in 20 years. So if you're not able to check out the blossoms at the Tidal Basin this week, there are other places to see blossoms blooming in D.C. Meteorologist Michaela Lucero is live at the Tidal Basin tonight with our Eco9 report. Hi, Michaela.
Well, hey there, guys. Yeah, that's right. There are tons of places around D.C. that you can check out the cherry blossoms, of course, around the Tidal Basin and the National Mall, Haynes Point, but there's also a lesser-known spot, the National Arboretum. Mary Marshall takes us there to learn a little more.
Here, birds seem to have their own conversation. Bees buzz around flowers, while a gentle breeze helps their petals softly fall to the grass. Families make memories strolling through a variety of cherry blossom trees at the National Arboretum. As a researcher here, Dr. Margaret Pooler knows this scene all too well.
This is sort of the other place to see the flowering cherries. The Tidal Basin has a peak bloom, and if you miss it, you kind of miss it. All is not lost. You can come to the National Arboretum.
The Arboretum is home to more than 900 cherry blossom trees. Because of different plant genetics, they don't bloom at the same time. Dr. Pooler says the cherry trees can bloom through mid to late April, depending on the weather.
We have some that haven't even started, so you're not too late.
Haname is the Japanese word for cherry blossom viewing, and there is plenty of that to do here. You can go on a self-guided tour of 40 different sites of cherry blossom trees.
While people are snapping photos, they may not realize that they're actually walking around a research field. Some of the cherry blossom trees have tags on them.
So we're working on breeding and developing new varieties of flowering cherries.
This is to help the trees improve and tolerate different climates, soil, and other stressors. Some of the hybrids feature cherry blossom trees with larger leaves or different colors, like darker pink flowers or lighter tones.
If you look closer at the flowers, you can see the petals. They're pink, but they're also white. It's almost like a watercolor effect.
I asked if researchers could figure out a way to make the bloom last longer.
We can work a little bit on lasting the bloom, but really, if you think about it, one of the things that makes cherry trees so special is the fact that their bloom is so short. It just makes you stop and really be in the moment and enjoy them.
Live in the moment, make the memory. Mary Marshall, WUSA 9.
All right, so you've got lots of places that you can see the cherry blossoms, but what about timing? What if you can't make it out to see peak bloom here or at the National Arboretum in the spring? Well, I got some good news for you. There is something called the autumn cherry blossom, which blooms in spring and then blooms again in the fall. So you can check out the cherry blossoms multiple times throughout the year if you head down to the National Arboretum. But for today, from the very windy and a little chilly Tidal Basin, I'm meteorologist Michaela Lucero, WUSA 9.